The world has entered a new era of warfare where physical and digital domains blur. This is evident in the convergence of space and cyberspace. Satellites are now vulnerable to cyber attacks. These attacks can disrupt vital communication links and compromise data. The 2022 Viasat attack during the Russian invasion of Ukraine highlighted this vulnerability. It disrupted Ukrainian military communications. This incident underscores the need for a paradigm shift in modern warfare. Traditional military domains are no longer enough. Space and cyberspace demand a holistic defense approach. Governments must recognize cascading effects across domains. This interconnectedness requires reassessment of security protocols. The future of warfare will be defined by our ability to defend against attacks. The stakes are higher than ever before, and the time to act is now. The digital world is under constant siege. Cyber attacks are increasing in frequency and impact. In 2024 alone, there was a 114% surge in cyber attacks. This trend underscores the growing threat posed by malicious actors. The targets of these attacks are increasingly diverse and critical. Operational technology and IoT devices are now in the crosshairs. These systems are particularly vulnerable due to outdated security measures. The rise in attacks on these devices is a serious concern. A successful attack could disrupt essential services and cause physical damage. The potential for chaos and disruption is immense. Our reliance on interconnected technologies has created a sprawling attack surface. As we depend more on digital systems, the impact of cyber attacks will grow. The need for robust cybersecurity measures has never been more critical. The digital realm has become a battleground for geopolitical rivalries. As tensions rise between nations, so too does the use of cyber attacks as a tool of statecraft. These attacks, often attributed to state-sponsored actors, are used to disrupt adversaries, sow discord, and advance geopolitical objectives. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 marked a turning point in the use of cyber warfare in geopolitical conflicts. The conflict was accompanied by a surge in cyber attacks targeting both Ukrainian and Western infrastructure and institutions. These attacks demonstrated the willingness of nation-states to use cyber weapons to achieve their objectives. The increasing frequency and sophistication of state-sponsored cyber attacks pose a significant threat to global stability. These attacks have the potential to escalate tensions between nations, undermine trust in international institutions, and even spark real-world conflicts. The international community must work together to establish norms and regulations governing the use of cyber weapons. Failure to do so risks a future where cyber warfare becomes the norm, with potentially catastrophic consequences for all. Section 4. The front lines. Critical sectors in the crosshairs. Certain sectors are particularly vulnerable to cyber attacks due to their importance to society and their reliance on interconnected systems. These critical infrastructure sectors, including healthcare, finance, government, manufacturing, and energy, are increasingly becoming the primary targets of cyber criminals and state-sponsored actors alike. The healthcare sector, responsible for providing essential medical services, is facing an unprecedented barrage of cyber attacks. These attacks, often motivated by financial gain, can have life-threatening consequences, disrupting patient care, compromising sensitive medical records, and even shutting down entire hospitals. The financial sector, the backbone of the global economy, is another prime target for cybercriminals. Attacks on banks and financial institutions can disrupt financial transactions, compromise customer data, and undermine trust in the entire financial system. The potential for economic damage is immense. Section 5. Preparing for the future, a call for proactive defense. The threat posed by cyber warfare is real, growing, and increasingly sophisticated. Protecting our digital assets and critical infrastructure requires a proactive and multifaceted approach. Governments, organizations, and individuals must work together to build a more resilient and secure digital world. Investing in robust cybersecurity measures is no longer optional. It is essential. This includes implementing strong passwords, regularly updating software, using multi-factor authentication, and educating employees about cybersecurity best practices. A layered approach to security is crucial to mitigating risk. International cooperation is paramount in combating the global threat of cyber warfare. Sharing threat intelligence, coordinating responses to attacks, and developing international norms and regulations governing cyberspace are all essential steps in building a more secure digital future. The future of warfare will be fought on multiple fronts, with cyberspace playing an increasingly central role. By embracing a proactive and collaborative approach to cybersecurity, we can mitigate the risks and harness the full potential.